And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending some time with us here. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rimes1 at CQB Show. And you can subscribe to our YouTube Rumble channel out there. Greatly appreciate you supporting this consumer quarterback show and all of our expert contributors. We got McCune Grammatica back in studio with us. Clearview Imaging Center, former Super Bowl winner, Buccaneer. We're going to do a little Buccaneers, maybe talk some Bulls too here as well. Maybe get into some advice to young people. You know, what are some of the common threads that you see with successful people in life? We'll talk about that and more coming up on the show. Also, Jim McCune in the house. America First Patriot Store.com. We're going to talk with him as well coming up on the program. I will let you know about our next event. We got a great event coming up. We always do. That's one of the things we do with the shows. We want to engage with you. We want to meet you. We want to talk to you. We want to meet with you. So we're going to have an event over at Brio Tuscan Grill on the 20th. Dave, it's always a good time over there, man.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when we get the food over there. I'm in love with the lollipop.
Those lamb chop lollipops, man. Those things are so good. And just great networking, awesome ambiance there. It's at the International Plaza Mall, so it's kind of a central location. We move around our third Thursday event. We're going to be probably in Pinellas County next month, but every third Thursday, 6 o'clock, we're going to be having a party somewhere. So come on out and join us, meet some of our expert contributors, and we might get Martine at one of the next ones. You can meet Martine, bring a football, have him sign it for you. And we'll talk about that. So
as long as this is Tampa Bay.
That's right. It's got to be Tampa Bay Bucs. That's right. All right, a couple of hot listings here. We'll jump into it. 700 Physicians Court in Leesburg. This is one of our vacant land listings. This one's unique because it's in a medical zoned development, kind of a plaza here. This one's in Leesburg, 700 Physicians Court. Got a half-acre land zone R3 ready to build, and it's in a highly desirable corner of Physicians Court and Medical Plaza Drive. We have about 15 to 20 vacant land listings. We got about 60 total listings, so commercial, vacant land, residential. We would love to talk to you and list and sell your properties for you, featuring them on air, maximizing the exposure for you. 4675 Chancellor Circle. This one is in St. Petersburg. We have Chancellor, St. Petersburg. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2160 square feet. You got your own private pool, fenced-in backyard. It's an open-air pool, too. There's not a cage over it. Sometimes people love that. I love the openness of that. 2-story home, remodeled, updated. Looks great. It's got staging on the interior. Shout out to Natasha Sanderson, who does our staging for us, home remodeling or home staging and interior design, that is. 4675 Chancellor Circle, Northeast St. Petersburg, Florida. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, Martine, welcome back, sir.
Oh, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah, man, pleasure to have you, and thanks for coming in. And man, you know, here we are. We're in January 2025. What a great time to be alive in Tampa Bay and in America. So it's a return to greatness.
It is, and a little chilly for us, though, Florida boys. But
it is.
It'll get by. It'll go quick, though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll be. Next thing you know, we'll be wishing for some cold weather in the middle of that summer.
I'll take the heat all day, man.
I know.
I'll never
too.
complain about the heat.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get through this cold weather here. But yeah, man, the Clearview Imaging Center. You're saving lives through early detection. I love that.
Yes, and our slogan is early detection is a game changer, because it is a game changer, and we're trying to kind of like play off my career now, what I'm doing now. Fell in love with preventative imaging, health and wellness a few years ago, and now I wanted to keep doing it. I wanted to not only that, but bring it to our community and take it to another level. I mean, you know as well as anybody, you know that the first symptom of either heart attack or cancer could be that heart attack that could be deadly, and a lot of times it is. And then with cancer, it's late stage.
Yep.
What we're doing with Clearview Imaging, we're going to detect these things. Hopefully, if it's heart disease, you can detect it early and survive it. With cancer, the sooner it's detected, the higher percentage it is to survive it. So I'm super excited. I've partnered up with amazing people, my partners here. And the thing for me was that was really important. We have the same values: family, community, and that's important. You know, to be able to look people in the eye, know that, okay, I trust that you have the same values that I do. And we love our community. That's really important. You got it, like you said, you got to, stay local, and we love our community.
Yeah, give back to the local community when you can, and having that. And this is really a game changer for people. If they haven't heard about the early detection, these preventative scans, what are they missing?
So most people have no idea they can take their health into their own hands and do a preventative scan, because we're wired to go to the doctor when we don't feel well. Why go check on something? We don't go take our car to the mechanic without the check engine light on, right?
Yeah.
In this case, we are that check engine light, where a patient comes in, and most of the patients, if they're asymptomatic, they feel good, they look good, they have no idea that something deadly could be inside of their bodies. And that's what we're doing. We're detecting it so they can fix it. And that's the other thing is, any doctor out there, anybody that thinks that we're competing or we're taking their business away, not at all. We don't treat, we detect, and then we send the patients, or the patients go to their primary care doctors, to their specialists, to make sure they get the proper treatment. So that's the one thing we love. For any doctor that has any questions, reach out to us. We can explain exactly what we do, because we're giving them the tools to be able to treat their patients and know more about the inside of the body and with their patients than anything else.
Yeah, take action today. Reach out to our hotline, 727-263-3707. You can call or text that number. It's an off-air number, 727-263-3707. We'll put you in touch with Martin Grammatica and his team over at Clearview Imaging Center. It's interesting, too. I was watching a movie last night, and it was about this coach that was associated with a baseball team, and they went to the Little League World Series. And it was about the coach. He ended up having cancer, ended up being terminal, and he passed away. And it was based on a true story, because they showed clips back from 2002, I think it was. So maybe if he had this type of preventative scan, he would have seen it. But yeah, I mean, that's a story that you've probably heard all too many times.
And we're at an age now, Brandon, we're getting a little bit older, that we hear classmates, or I hear I get a newsletter from college, and it used to be the older guys. Now it's former teammates that have passed away of cancer and heart disease. So we're at that age that we need to get checked. And my wife and I, the first time we did it is because we wanted to be proactive, and we wanted to have that peace of mind. We assumed everything was fine because we exercise, we eat well, but you don't know. And that's the thing that I've learned in the last few years, that it doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter how much you work out, doesn't matter what you eat, how healthy you are.
Yep. Until
you look inside your body, you have no idea. And sometimes you get surprised. The people that look the healthiest have things going on. And then you see some people that you say, they might have something going on. They don't look very healthy, and they come out completely fine. So you just don't know until you look inside.
Right. Yeah, and it's just so easy to do. I mean, you go in, it's a non-invasive, right? I mean, you literally sit still for, 2 or 3 minutes?
4.5 minutes, you get a full body scan. That's the thing. From the top of the shoulders to the base of the pelvis, in 4.5 minutes, not only do you look, we're going to look inside your heart to see if there's any calcification and any blockage in the arteries, but also detects hundreds of cancers. 90% of the deadliest cancers develop in our mid-region, and we'll be able to see if anything's going on. And the thing that we recommend, and we want to encourage our patients to do, if they want to do, it's a program, because women do mammograms after a certain age every year. Because if they see the changes, they can monitor the changes.
Right.
Or if something develops between mammograms, you catch it early. With our program, we're going to have unmatched success in capturing things early, because if something's not showing in, let's say, scan 1, but it develops right after that scan, we're going to catch it in scan 2. Because one single scan could give you that false sense of security to say, I'm fine, because everything came out great. But you just don't know. That's why we're going to make it very affordable as well for patients to come in and want to do a program, because that's the way to do it, in my opinion. That way I've already scanned 4 times. My scan has been different every single year.
Wow.
Luckily, nothing major, but my body inside has changed on the inside every time that I've scanned.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. That is what's more important than that, right?
Yeah.
It's like in terms of medical, finding out what's going on inside your body, because it's like you said, there's really no other way to test that kind of thing.
Right. No, I mean, there are blood works, that stuff, but blood work's not 100%. The perfect example is a good friend of mine, Cindy. She had blood work, and they told her she had the kidneys of a 17-year-old because they were functioning properly. She got a scan, and then we detected the cancer was the size of a softball.
Wow.
I mean, it was the size of a softball, which was about a month away from her needing chemoradiation if she hadn't scanned, and then 6 months from metastasizing. So that's how critical it is to catch it early. She didn't need any chemo, radiation, nothing. She's doing great, thank God. But that's the thing. We caught it early. But that blood work gave you that false sense of security as well.
Right.
Because it came back fine.
Yeah.
Until you look inside, you just don't know.
Yeah. Man, gosh, what an interesting story. We're talking with Martin Grammatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Clearview Imaging Center. Clearviewimaging.com is the website. Check out the website as well. And he's also on Instagram, Clearview Imaging Center on Instagram. Let's talk a little football. Is that all right?
Absolutely. But just so your listeners can stay tuned that we're going to open our doors soon in Tampa. So the plan is to open in Tampa, and then a little bit north of here we're looking at a couple spots. But Tampa, we are coming to Tampa, so stay tuned and check out the website because that's going to give them all the information.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great. So we talk a little bit about the Bucs. You know, here we are. We're so close to getting into the next round of the playoffs there, man. What a tough one. But just in general speaking, what are you, as a former player, what are you hearing through the grapevine?
Well, it's exciting because we have a very young team. I think the most exciting thing of the offseason so far is that we've been able to retain our offensive coordinator because he had a chance to be the head coach for the Jacksonville job. Apparently, they were getting ready to offer him the job. The Bucs made the decision and a great decision to up his salary to make sure he stayed, and that'll keep that consistency with Baker and the offense because you can see that there was a ton of chemistry. He did a great job. Liam Coleman on the play calling was incredible this year, which was very unpredictable. So that was huge. And then the other thing that I'm hearing is that they're looking to sign Chris Godwin back, who is like Mike Evans. He should be a Buccaneer for life. Those are the two guys that wear that jersey. They wear it proud, and they're the guys that they always fight for that extra yard, and they love that Buccaneer uniform. So I'm hoping they can get Chris signed again.
Yeah, that receiver position seems to be one that you can do that more with. Like I always think back to a guy like. I like the guys about my size, like Warwick Dunn, right? I mean, Warwick Dunn, he was what a great athlete he was, but those running backs in their second contract, a lot of times their second contract, they're not going to get signed with the same team, right? Isn't that a trend in the NFL?
Well, the second contract is usually the biggest contract for players, so a lot of times you have to go out and shop it to see how much money you can get. In this case, I think you have two guys in Mike, and I'm not saying Warwick Dunn was, but Atlanta came in and made an offer that the Bucs couldn't match.
Yep.
Because free agency was different back then. It was restricted free agent, so it was totally different. But Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, you can tell they love Tampa, and they take that hometown discount. They give the team that hometown discount.
I would,
because they love the community, so they want to be in Tampa. So I can see Chris re-signing. It'd be great. But a lot of times the running backs, you see them, go get that money because their bodies get beat up a lot more than pretty much a receiver because they're pounding in that in the trenches every play.
Yeah,
so they have you can't blame them for having to go out and seek as much money as they can in that second contract because you may not even get that third one.
Yeah, because that rookie contract is not as good, as that second contract. Matter of fact, when you came out, you signed very high for a kicker, didn't you? What round was that again?
Yes, I was a third rounder. But so normally your rookie contract, if you have a good couple years, 3 years, that second contract's where you make the difference. That's where any position, you look at the quarterbacks, you look at anybody, because the rookie contracts are pretty much slotted what you're going to make.
Right.
So for the most part, the second, and obviously with the receivers, a lot of times they get to that third or fourth contract. That's where they could really make the money. But that second contract's usually that difference maker for most guys financially.
Yeah, it is. You see that a lot, and that's good stuff there. Martin Grammatica on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Taking a quick break. We're going to come back. I want to ask him his advice to young people. A lot of people are looking up and saying, hey, man, we've got a great opportunity here. The country's looking good. What's the job market look like? I want to get Martin's advice to young people as well as our feel-good story of the day coming up. Entrepreneur transforms old cement bags into solar charging backpacks to help children read at night. Feel good story of the day coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show, online at consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon BRimes here. Did you know that we buy houses cash? We will close quickly and give you a fair offer on your home or residential properties, even commercial properties, and we will give you a fair cash offer, close quickly, And be diligent when you're shopping these types of scenarios, because a lot of the wholesalers, the flippers out there, they will sign you up on an as-is contract, and they will shop that contract and try to find a buyer, but they may not find the buyer, and they won't close. So this is Brandon Rimes, 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. Brandon Rimes, we buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. That is my direct cell. You can call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We'd love to help you when you're buying, selling, investing in real estate. Of course, we would love to talk to you. Also, just finished up my mortgage license, so if you need any mortgage loan origination out there, we can help you with that as well. Quick shout out to our friend over at Lee's Royal Services. He does a great job cleaning our real estate properties. Lee'sRoyalServices.com. Check him out online. Lee'sRoyalServices.com for all your residential and commercial cleaning on the interior of the property. On the exterior, talk to HeightsSoftwash.com. They do a great job there. HeightsSoftwash.com. I've known Ramin, the owner, for many, many years. He's a great guy, does a great job on our real estate properties. HeightsSoftwash.com, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got a hot listing at 14135 Cypress Circle in Tampa. This one's in Carrollwood. Beautiful property, 222. You have 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2 carport. You have 1,308 square feet, lighter color kitchen. You have stainless steel appliances, beautiful tile throughout, and a community pool. Great opportunity in Carrollwood, Florida. A lot of people really love that Carrollwood area. Check out 14135 Cypress Circle in Tampa. Beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. 8107 Sierra Manor Lane. Gorgeous property. I love this home. This is an estate-style home, $1 million listing of mine. 4 bedrooms, 4-bath, 3-car garage, 2-story home on the waterfront. You have 130 feet of private water frontage, 65-year transferable warranty on the metal roof, 6,000-pound boat lift, private dock, Upper Tampa Bay, kind of that almost to Oldsmar, but you're right there at Double Branch there. So it's a Tampa address, 8107 Sierra Manor Lane, Tampa. Beautiful home, and you have the Florida lifestyle to the fullest. You bring your boat, bring your jet skis, take it to dinner, and have a good time there. 8107 Sierra Manor Lane. Another hot listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Yeah, I'm racing my class to those saving our ass overseas.
All right, so we got Martine Grammatica back here in studio, and let's jump right into it. Advice to young people. There's so much distraction out there, social media, all these different things from when you and I were growing up in LaBelle, Florida, back in the day. What's your advice to young people, man?
So the best advice I can give young people is the advice I give my kids. The first thing is I make them, and I don't make them. Early on I had to. Now that it's a routine, but make their bed. That's something like a small task that you do right before. And I saw one. There was a clip on social media of a military guy saying, the Admiral. I don't know if you've seen that, and it's amazing because now you get home to a nice made bed. It's more comfortable. That's the first thing I always tell. But the best thing is a firm handshake and look people in the eye. Yeah, that's gone away. And I coach sports, and my teams. That's the number one thing I tell you. You shake my hand, you look me in the eye, and you shake your teammates' hands. and you don't understand the amount of compliments I've gotten from parents that, oh, my principal said my daughter has the best handshake, or because it's gone away. And I always tell them, if you go to a job interview and you don't look that person interviewing you in the eyes, when you go to the job interview, you're not going to get the job.
Right.
If you don't shake their hands, if you're not polite, and then just be honest. And that's the thing. We've lost respect for our elderly as well. So that's one of the things, that respect your elderly, because they're going to try to give you the great advice. For the most part, they're going to try to give you good advice. So that's the thing. I always tell my kids, be respectful, firm handshake, and work. Nothing's handed for free. Yeah. And we know that, coming from La Belle, a small town, and look how successful you've been in Tampa. I came from Argentina, and when people talk about the American dream, I mean, I didn't know football existed, till I came to the United States.
Yeah, well, football was a different football.
Right, exactly.
That was soccer, right?
We played with a round ball.
Yeah.
And, I didn't play till my senior year because I wanted to play soccer. I was like, no, I'm a soccer player. And I kind of fought it. And luckily, I changed. Last year, I started playing football. If not, my life would have been totally different.
Yep.
But that's the thing. It took hard work for you to get to where you're at, for me to get to where I was. Nobody handed you anything for free.
Right.
And that's the thing. Hard work that's the biggest advice you can give kids, is you have to work. If you have your goal, but nobody's going to hand you anything. You got to work.
Yeah,
you gotta
put the work in, put the sweat equity. You got to have that equity. I love that. And we got a great compliment on our little 3-year-old at school. They said he has the best manners of everybody. It's please and thank you. And
that's priceless.
And it's something that you have to teach them at a young age.
Right.
And I love that. So great advice there. I'll add one too, because a lot of times people, drive and hustle. You got to want it more than the competition. That's a given. But also be a voracious reader and learn, and reading books, getting into books. I looked at my Audible app. It's so cool because I love Audible. I mean, when I was in school, I was like, man, if there was just a way that somebody could read these books to me, because I'm just not the fastest reader. I get bored when I look at a book. But this Audible is a game changer for me. And I opened the app up this January. I clicked on it. Said something like, here, your 2024 review. Click here to see. I listened to 960 hours of audiobooks last year, which is amazing.
That's
it's
awesome.
And I love it. I love listening to books. I'll do it a lot of times before I go to bed. But let's take the final couple minutes and let's save some lives here, because that's what you're doing with Clearview Imaging Center. You're saving lives, and I love the new slogan. What was it again?
So you just said it a second ago with the book reader.
Okay.
It's a game changer. So early detection is a game changer. Yes. So, because it's changing lives, and we kind of wanted to play off my former career, the sports, to what we're doing now. But it is a game changer, because when somebody has the power of knowing what's going on, they can treat it. They can take care of it. If you wait till that symptom is usually a heart attack, and at times it's deadly. And if you wait for cancer to have that symptom, it's usually late stage. And sometimes most people can't survive that. Or you have to go through the chemos and radiations that anybody that's gone through cancer, if they tell you that the treatment is equally as bad, if not worse, than the actual cancer.
Right.
We're detecting things so early where patients are avoiding chemo and radiation. Cindy, who we found the cancer the size of a softball, she didn't need any chemo radiation because it hadn't spread yet.
Wow.
That's incredible. That's a game changer.
That's incentive enough to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I get it all the time. What if you find something? Or I don't want to know. And the thing is, if that something's there, we're going to find it. And if it's there, still there, and you're going to find out about it.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to know, you're always going to know.
Yeah.
Because you're going to know when it's too late.
Eventually,
and that's the problem. You're going to know when it's too late. So we're detecting it and letting you know that something's going on before it's too late. And that's what we do at Clearview Imaging.
Yeah, and if you choose to ignore it, that's something different than just ignoring it and not knowing about it.
Well, you ignore it, but it's going to be there. And it's there. And that's the thing where, can you imagine avoiding the chemo and radiation? That's huge. And that's what we're doing with Clearview Imaging. By detecting it early, our patients at times, not all the time, but at times are avoiding those treatments that are equally as bad, if not worse, than the actual disease.
Absolutely. And you're avoiding, in many cases, super amount of medical bills, bankruptcies in a lot of cases that, money causes divorce. I mean, you're avoiding all that pain. That's other pain outside of the medical pain.
Absolutely.
Martin Grammatica, how do they connect with you, man?
Clearviewimaging.com, or they can go on Instagram. They can follow myself on Instagram, or Clearview Imaging Center on Instagram, at Clearview Imaging Center. But clearviewimaging.com, 813-714-SCAN. So
All
pretty
right.
simple to remember.
714-SCAN. All right. Martin Grammatica, thanks for coming in, man.
Appreciate it, Brandon. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, coming up, Jim McCune. We're going to talk about America First Patriot Store. All American-made products, great stuff. You're supporting the American economy and supporting local companies here as well. Also, Entrepreneur transforms old cement bags into solar charging backpacks to help children read at night. Feel good story coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And as you know, my wife Lindsay and I own a top real estate team here in Tampa Bay, ranked in the top 100. You know, there's 20,000 or so realtors in the Bay Area, so we're in the top 100. I frequently speak on panels, and we take great pride in featuring all of our listings live on air, maximizing the exposure. Teach the class called Win with Sellers over at the Pinellas Realtor Organization. And part of our strategy is to feature the listings on air, maximizing the exposure, maximizing the profit, and selling your property faster for more money with less headaches. And that's part of our deal. So let's go to a couple hot listings here, and then we're going to talk with Jim McCune, AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. We're going to talk with Jim about that as well. A great opportunity for you also. 5444 90th Avenue. This one's 90th Avenue, Circle East and Parish. We got 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage, 333, and you got 2,600 square foot, 0.36 acre lot. You got a private pool in the backyard, fenced, a screened-in pool, and also a waterfront home. You got a community pond with a conservation view. Large lot. Great opportunity. Newer roof in 2021. So 5444 90th Avenue, Circle East and Parish, Florida. Another beautiful listing of ours down south. We also have a vacant land opportunity at 3327 Turks Cap Drive. We have a land property. This one's in Hernando Beach. We got about a dozen or so, 15 or so property vacant land listings throughout the Tampa Bay area. So if you're looking to buy and build, buy some dirt, build that dream home, we can help you do that as well. Great referrals for mortgages and also for builders as well. This one is unobstructed views of the Gulf of Mexico in Hernando Beach. Build your dream home, 3327 Turks Cap Drive, Hernando Beach, Florida. No HOA or any deed restrictions. And it's a charming waterfront community, and you're close to Weeki Wachee Springs State Park, Jenkins Creek, Rogers Park, and all just minutes away there. And a lot of people are moving to that northern audience there, getting a lot more bang for your buck the further north you move to Pinellas and Citro and Citrus County and all those different counties up north. You can see all of our real estate listings at Platinum MVP Team. All right, Jim McCune, welcome back in, sir.
It's great to be here with you, Brandon.
Yeah, man. Blessed and highly favored. Another day right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And it's been a little while since we spoke on air, but it just seems like there's a big sense of optimism now with the election and the inauguration behind us. Are you seeing that with a lot of people you talk to on a daily basis?
I absolutely am. I mean, the excitement, it's everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It really is. And the thing I love about it is that some of the folks who weren't all that positive are positive now.
Right.
They're excited along with us.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the best way for us all to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. You and I are business partners on this venture. Give everybody an overview. What is America First Patriot Store, and how does this work?
Well, I tell you, over 30 years ago, my brother was a customer of this company, and he just one day he said, Jim, he said, listen, these folks all their products are made right here in America, and you need to be a customer. You need to buy their products. They're better, safer, they're more economical on a cost per use basis. They're shipped right to our door, and if we want to, we can make some money at it too, referring other people. But the main thing is you need to use these products because, as I said, they're better, safer, more economical, and my wife and I fell in love with them right at the very beginning, and when we didn't have to spend any new money, and the products were shipped right to our door. And now it's just like 2-3 days they're sitting at our door, and I fell in love with them. And I love the idea that we were dealing with a totally debt-free company that is a great Patriot company and been in business for almost 40 years now.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. And what kind of products can people purchase there? As you said, it's things that you're going to buy every day anyways. It's stuff that you need in a home. Yeah. What kind of products do you sell?
Everybody has to shower, shave, shampoo, use deodorant and toothpaste, clean the house, wash their clothes, brush their teeth. About 80% of the people take some sort of nutritional product. 85% people drink coffee. 80+% of the people are overweight. Everybody loves the women love essential oils, and the average lady spends $600-700 per year from the neck up on skincare and cosmetics.
Wow!
And we have the best prime and high choice beef you can find anywhere.
Wow, I love that. Now, is that kind of grass fed? Is that what's the?
Yeah, no antibiotics, no hormones. The calves from the time they're born, they're with their mom all the way through until they're on their own, and then.
That's good.
You're with them all the time.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, so anything that you have, basically in the home, all these daily products, they can go to AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com and sign up and purchase right there.
Yeah, and I love that. Over 450 different products that they have now made right here in America, and all we're doing is switching from the big box stores or the, like the Sam's and Costco's and places like that. When you look, you'll find that all the stores out there in the marketplace are controlled by BlackRock, Vanguard, or State Street.
Yeah.
They basically own the 11 brands in all stores and essentially control everything we buy.
Isn't that scary? Think about. I just want to pause there for a second and let that set in and resonate. BlackRock, it's one of the first ever, I think it is the first ever multi-trillion-dollar company, right? I mean, that's how much assets under management they have, and they're doing mischievous things in a lot of ways. I mean, if you look at the housing industry, for example, that hits home to me, Keller Williams Realty, and my wife and I own a team. They would go in, and especially when the market was super hot back in 21, they would go in and compete with cash. They're slinging all this cash around, and they're buying single-family homes out from under veterans and first-time home buyers. I mean, and that's just isolating the real estate industry.
Yeah.
But they're putting their finger and their thumb on the scale of pretty much a free market capitalism type situation. But to your point, BlackRock, not one of the good guys.
Well, and like I say, they control it all, and they support abortion, everything you can possibly think of that a lot of people are not really for. So I love that idea. I just asked myself at that point, why should I continue to buy from those folks? Mm-hmm. Many of the products actually that you buy, if you look at the labels on the back of most products you buy in the store, like cleaning and laundry and stuff like that, it says hazards to humans, domestic animals. Well, like who else is there? I mean, that's all of us.
Yeah, humans
and so,
and
for example, most of them, are woke company that support things that we don't support. And I realized that, and I said, hey, I'm going to deal with the shopping club that is a debt-free company that 40 years old, manufactures all their products right here in America. And then, I was a very busy high school principal when I started. And I'm a Navy veteran and always been very patriotic, and I love that idea that it was a Patriot-owned company that we were affiliated with. And so I just decided, well, I'd start referring other people to them.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to sell anything, stock or inventory, pick up or deliver anything. I just become a customer and refer other people. I said, well, I can do that. And I said, well, anybody else can do that too.
Yeah.
And so for the last 30 years, that's all I've done.
Wow.
I was able to leave my job as a principal after 18 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's an income and a business side of this as well. And it's AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com, by the way. Jim McCune and Brandon BRimes, we work together on this. And Jim, let's go through and talk a little bit about some of the success stories that you've had with this as well.
Okay. Again, the company we're affiliated with, they're just consumer directed. They manufacture the product, they ship it right to your door. Like the subscription meat companies do.
Yep, you see them all online.
They've
on
always
TV.
done that.
Yep.
They're an inventor of that type of thing.
Right.
And so everybody's interested. My granddaughters, everybody's a customer. They love the products. My daughter's been very successful. She's a single, divorced mom. She's made over $1.2 million. Was able to go back to school after a divorce, get her bachelor's and master's degree. Has been a very successful entrepreneur now. I have quite a few examples. I can throw some of them out at you.
I love it, because you got no overhead. I mean, literally no overhead. You go out, you start knocking doors, you talk to people, and in any industry too, you want to be that center of influence. That's what I do. A lot of my teaching at different, yesterday I taught a class at the Pinellas Realtor Organization. I spoke on a panel also this week for Real Producers Magazine. I'm out there. I want to meet more people. So the more people you meet, and if you're not afraid to just talk to people about all of these different household products that you need, whether it's in the kitchen or the bath or skincare, essential oils, beef. A lot of people like to cook a nice steak on the grill. You might as well have high quality beef. So good. Let's do that. I want to talk about that.
Well, let me just briefly to let people know that everybody needs what we have. The average family spends $100 to $200 a month on the types of things that this company manufactures. So on a annual basis, that's $1,200 to $2,400 a year. Over the next 10 years, you're going to spend anywhere from $12,000 to $24,000, and it's all going down the drain. You have no benefit at all. So when I looked at it, I said, well, hey, I'm going to use this stuff anyway. Mm-hmm. Why not refer some other people? Well, and I started referring people, and I can't guarantee what anyone's going to make. That's always going to be based on individual efforts and abilities. I'll make that clear. But let me give you a couple of examples. Yep. I have a good friend that's visiting me right now from New York. They just got off a 16-day cruise, and he was sick, and he's 65, 66 years old when he started with me, referring other people. And he's made over $600,000. He's 87 years old now, and still has a repeat income. Yep. Another fellow out in Utah. I was doing a training out in Salt Lake City, and I called him up. I didn't know him. I had his name. Now he's made over $600,000. He was a retired U.S. Forest Service person at that time. Wow. 83 years old now. Another couple, now it's not only older people, but some of them, a great couple that visited me last week from Pennsylvania. He was a dentist. He sold his dental practice and started with me when he was 64 years old. He's 88 now. He doesn't take any kind of medication. He uses only our nutritional products. He got his letter not long ago from our company that he had made over $1 million since he started. Yeah. And another real good example, I talked to him just earlier today. They live over at Palm Harbor. Their cumulative income since they started, again, I can't promise what anybody's going to make, but they've made over $350,000. But the beautiful part of it is his mom, who's 97 now, has made over $137,000. Wow. Still gets an income, although she's in a nursing home. Yeah. Pretty neat, wouldn't you say?
That's really cool.
Just for referring people, never have to sell or stock their inventory, pick up, deliver. Just say, hey, you can start I started for $19 over 30 years ago. Yep. Still $19 to start. Get a membership. It's like joining Sam's or Costco, except you don't get a card with a bad picture on it. You just enroll and you start buying from the company. The company's products, they have a 96% monthly reorder rate. Yeah. Hey, the products have to be really good and reasonably priced, or 96 people out of 100 wouldn't reorder, would they? Yeah, that's true. And everything comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee for 60 days. So you'll be a customer forever. You can stop anytime you want. Yeah, not much to lose there. 727-263-3707. That's our off-air consumer advocate hotline, 727-263-3707. If you want more information about America First Patriot Store.com, we can put you right in touch with Jim McCune, talk to you about how that works and the business behind it. Or if you just want to sign up and start getting the products, American made, supporting the American economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors, AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. Jim McCune in studio with us, 727-263-3707.
You can also submit an email from our website at consumerqb.com. If you're driving or whatnot, consumerqb.com, you can submit an email form there. And we'll talk more about this on the flip side, more with Jim McCune, plus our feel-good story of the day. One of the things we like to do is have a positive approach to not only our real estate business, our radio talk show here, but we want to have a positive approach here and give you some good news every day. Entrepreneur transform old cement bags into solar charging backpacks to help children read at night. Feel good story coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for America First Patriot Store.com. My wife and I shifted a lot of our buying habits, and we wanted to support companies that support our values. Patriotic, Christian conservative companies. And you can find that online at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. Now, what you're doing is you're not spending any new money. You're simply buying a lot of the common purchases that you're buying every month for the kitchen, the bathroom, your shampoos, your laundry detergent, all types of great essential oils, vitamins, herbs, those types of products. And for you beef lovers, we have great beef products as well. Tenderloin, sirloin steaks, grass-fed beef available as well. So check out AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. And I'd love to talk to you if you have any questions about it. There's also a business opportunity there for you as well. 813-917-1894. And thank you so much for supporting our company, AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com.
Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 727-263-3707. Call or text 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for hanging on with us here. Follow us online. We'd love to connect at Brandon Rhymes1 at CQB Show. Subscribe to our channels. We greatly appreciate that. You can see all of our content, previous shows on YouTube, Consumer Quarterback Show, Rumble, Consumer Quarterback Show, and, of course, any podcast application as well, Consumer Quarterback Show. Greatly appreciate that. And we will follow you back in a lot of cases if we can. On some accounts, I'm full, but we would love to follow you back, for example, on X as well, at Brandon Rhymes1. We'd love to connect there. We got Jim McCune in the house, America First Patriot Store.com, all American-made products. Great stuff. We're going to talk more with him in just a moment. Before we do, we like to feature our real estate listings live on air. It's part of our strategy that helps us sell faster for more money with one of the highest list price to sell price ratios in all of Tampa Bay. We take great pride in featuring our listings on air, and our highest duty to our sellers is to get maximum exposure. So we're getting maximum exposure on our listings all the way down to Naples, Fort Myers. You got a broadcast signal up close to the Panhandle and over to Orlando. Here's a hot listing at 12133 Spartan Way, number 204. This one's in Hudson, Florida. Spartan Way, a second floor condo, 1,100 square feet, low maintenance, resort style living, and beautiful community features as well. You've got a clubhouse, heated swimming pool, scheduled events, shuffleboard, barbecue areas, gazebo space as well. Lighter color kitchen cabinets, people love that. And you have stainless steel appliances. Gorgeous condo here. 12133 Spartan Way, number 204 in Hudson, Florida. Low maintenance living there in Hudson. And we also have a listing at 4675 Chancellor Circle, St. Petersburg. This one's a beautiful single-family home, 2-story, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2160 square feet. Owner's motivated here to make a deal. Got a beautiful pool screened in, or a non-screened in. It's an open-air pool, and you have a fenced-in backyard. Minutes from downtown St. Petersburg. Check out 4675 Chancellor Circle Northeast, and you can see all of our real estate listings at Platinum MVP. Jim, raising our glass for those saving our ass. A former Navy guy, military man. And here's our feel-good story.
Tell me something good.
All right, so Innocent James, a Tanzanian entrepreneur, created Soma bags. These are backpacks made from old cement sacks with built-in solar panels to power reading lights. This innovation addresses the problem of rural children studying after dark with dangerous kerosene lanterns. Imagine that. These kerosene lanterns, I'm sure, started a lot of fires. So it's much more dangerous. Supported by the UNDP, Soma bags employ about 85 workers, generating 1,300 bags per month. The project boosts education, supports environmental conservation by reusing waste, and improves academic performance. There you go. Feel good story of the day out of Tanzania. Got an entrepreneur out there, and I love those feel good stories of the day, Jim. That's positive, something on the positive side for all of our audience out there. America First Patriot Store.com. Final thoughts, man. What do you think?
Well, if you go there, there's a short video that you did. It's really, really good, about 2 or 3 minutes long. And then you can see some other information and fill out the form. And we'll get back with you and take you through a tour down the aisles of our shopping club and see if it's for you. Here's the thing that I'd like to remind everybody again. Almost everything, 88% of what you buy from the stores out there in the marketplace now is controlled by BlackRock, Vanguard, or State Street. And since the thing about our products, since they're not sold in stores, we don't need to pay for shelf space, middlemen, advertising with the big woke media companies, which allows them to pass that savings on to us. We get 30 to 50% discount as members. And a lot of people don't realize, but 63 cents out of every dollar you pay for products in the store now goes for advertising, shelf space, and middleman.
Wow.
What this company does, they take that money and give you a lot better price, and then if we want to refer people, they pay us for referring. It's all word of mouth, which is the best advertising there is. We spend nothing on advertising. Our company doesn't.
Super cool.
And it really makes a big difference. And so if healthier, affordable products delivered right to your door sounds good to you, then you'll want to partner with us.
Yeah, I love that. Safer, better products, American-made. And again, that point about the big trillion-dollar hedge funds, these big hedge funds, when you have consolidation in any industry, when you have consolidation and essentially a monopoly in some cases, right? You're getting close to monopoly with some of the big tech companies. You see what's happening there, and this is true because these guys can just throw around their cash. They're going to pay off politicians, whatever it takes, to get their way and get their favor. So as Americans, we want freedom of choice. We want low cost on our goods. We want to support America. So don't support those big box companies, those other companies, because it's only a matter of time, until they're too big to fail again, right? And then all the taxpayers bail them out, just like we did the big banks. And this is something where you can take control of your health. You can take control of pretty much almost everything you buy in your home. You think about your bathroom, your kitchen. These are things you're going to be buying every week. Set it on an auto dialer, auto ship, have it delivered to your home. It's less running around to the different grocery stores, supermarkets, or big box stores. And again, just kind of recapping, everybody's got to brush their teeth, wash their clothes. You have cleaning your house with these things. You got essential oils that you have access to, choice and prime beef. I mean, and there's so much more, Jim.
Yeah, and just a couple of more examples. Again, I can't promise what anybody's going to make, but since Ohio State just won the national championship, I have some great fans. One of my guys up in Columbus, Ohio, who was praying for something when I talked to him, he told me later, has made over $3.4 million referring other people. Another couple there in Ohio, great Ohio State fans, over $2.5 million. I can't, again, promise what anybody's going to make, but my family's now made over $15 million referring people. That includes my daughter, my brother, and his wife, and myself.
Wow. And a lot of people are looking for a side hustle. Yeah, they're looking for a side hustle.
Absolutely.
Maybe you get your real estate license, you start doing some real estate on the side, refer business. We'll close the deals for you, pay you 25%. That's one way that people are doing it. This is another way. America First Patriot Store.com. And those are real people that you can put them on the phone with people and they can talk to them about it.
Absolutely.
If they want to have more information.
Absolutely. And I have a lot of other examples. These are just ones that I've personally enrolled.
Yeah.
The people that my family and I have enrolled have made over almost 20 million now.
Wow. I love that. Awesome stuff, man. Good job, Jim. Appreciate you coming in, man. That's
okay.
awesome.
Thank you very much. Great to be here with you.
Yeah. America First Patriot Store.com. Check him out online, Jim McCune. And also Martin Grammatica on the front end of that. Check out Clearview Imaging Center. And make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Hey, please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 727-263-3707. That's 727-263-3707. Online at ConsumerQB.com.